Have you ever heard have you ever heard about this? Trust me, bro. Like, do this thing, do this right now. Like, invest into these options, invest into this stock. Do this thing right now. Why? Trust me, bruh. Yeah, so this video is a little bit, shedding the light around this kind of trust me, bro, DD or research or, kind of scenario where somebody will share one of its experience, around what has happened with AMC stock or with something else that is tying directly or indirectly with AMC stock. So let me, kind of take you guys through what somebody on Reddit just mentioned. So user Roti Ki Rai mentioned, that was 13 hours ago. And he's saying, this is not a trust me bro story. This is not a trust me bro story. But he says, that's it guys, most incoming received a call from Etoro. For those of you that who don't know Etoro, Etoro is another online trading platform which is actively seeking retail traders slash investors, as most of us have been kind of like 2 years ago being driven to Robinhood, so another online trading platform. Now, this guy is saying that he received a call from one of the account manager at Etoro today, that I believe was on Friday. Platinum members since have got over 40K worth of AMC slash GameStop park in Etoro in this account. The financial advisor was worried that all his shares were tied up or are tied up to only AMC and GameStop. She told me diversify my assets and gave me some suggestions in doing so. This has never happened throughout my trading career. I day trade too with other brokers. Apparently, Etoro decides to be very concerned with me not diversifying my portfolio. And the calls were very persistent. 5 missed calls until I finally answered. LOL. All right, folks. So, in other words, just to kind of sum up, his story, he's been parking $40,000 worth of AMC and GameStop shares in that Etoro account. And based on that, he's now a platinum member. And, he received a call from one of the financial advisors at, Etoro telling him, hey, you are too much concentrated into just these two stocks, AMC and GameStop. You should, excuse me. Excuse me. I don't know what's going on. You should probably kind of diversify your assets because you have too much money into GameStop and AMC. Well, now the guy is like, hey, this is kind of weird and bizarre because this has never ever happened in my trading career ever. And I day trade consistently with other with other online platforms and other brokers. So it seems as if Etoro was very concerned to the point that, they tried to reach him out through the phone, to the extent of missing 5 times, not having him until he finally answered. So, yeah, trust me, bro. My takeaway on this is, well, we don't have any strong evidence of this because we don't have any proof. So I'm gonna just, kind of hang to history. I'm gonna, stick to history given the fact that, or the assumption that, he's telling the truth, Now, based on this, it is not, or it is uncommon for financial advisors at any brokerage firm to call you and tell you to diversify. Usually, what happened with my Fidelity account, I have $200,000 worth of a single position, $200,000 as market value into a single position. And my account is a lot more worth than that. So throughout the last 2-3 years, I never ever had, Fidelity sending me a notification or an alert or maybe a text message or maybe a phone call telling me that, hey, look, Mr. AC, you have too much money concentrated in just one single position. But 2-3 months ago, I started receiving a pop-up notification into my account telling me that, hey, you may be having a lot too much more money concentrated into one single position. Please click on this button and let us know how we can assist you into discussing this. And that was a little bit shocking to me. Well, in somehow a good way, because it means maybe they have my best interest at heart. But I wouldn't hold my breath onto that. Now, to give him a call 5 times just to make him diversify, meaning in order to diversify, he will have to pretty much reduce the amount of shares he's holding onto for AMC and GameStop. Well, does that mean that they know what is coming and don't want him to kind of profit, kind of get rich off of this 40,000 position on AMC and GameStop? Well, not necessarily. Maybe, I'm not sure. But the bottom line is, the price of AMC and GameStop that we're currently seeing now will definitely not be the highest we've seen so far. So based on this, I will say, yeah, it gives a little bit of hint into why, brokerage firms will likely reduce the risk of clients having a lot more money into AMC and GameStop, because if they are not careful in the midst of the short squeeze happening, they might they might find themselves into big liquidity troubles, because in order to meet the liquidity requirements for prices soaring, they need to make sure they have collateral in order to pay us, in order to let us withdraw the money, etc., etc. So if this happens all of a sudden, they might be caught up in the whole tornado with the short squeeze happening both in GameStop and AMC. So somehow it makes sense why they will kind of chase him down in order to really diversify, which means reducing the position in both stocks, which will work in their favor. But I don't really know, the financial and liquidity situation in terms of, cash balance with Etoro or any other brokerage firm for that matter. So I wouldn't really speak into that, but this is just my 2 cents, my takeaway based on this Trust Me Bro story. But yeah, trust me, bro, AMC definitely haven't seen the most. So if I were you, I would hold on a lot more. That's just me. Maybe wrong, but only time will tell.